Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Today I'm a little sick. I got sick maybe 2 days ago, and I had just not been paying attention to my health, so yeah, I got sick. But today we're going to talk about something really important. I want to talk about balance and how to create structure in your life so you can maintain that fire for God and you can really just have a good balanced life, a good home life, a good work life, a good school life, a good spiritual life, just making sure that you create all that balance. And spoiler alert, it comes from God. So He's the one that creates the balance. But before we get started, I wanted to talk about addressing some of the comments and stuff like that. I've been reading a lot of the comments and stuff like that, and I don't know, I have mixed opinions about it, but I don't want to say anything that is offensive or mean to anybody at all. So I just want to say this real quick. I do not follow religions. I don't follow Muhammad. I don't follow idols. I don't follow angels. I don't worship angels. I don't follow any type of saints. I don't pray to the saints. I pray to Jesus. So I just want to put that out there first for anybody who is wondering what my belief is. I believe in Jesus Christ and I follow him. And I follow the Bible. I don't follow any other books. I don't follow the book of Enoch, the book of all these other books. I saw crazy books on there. I was like, I don't even know what that book is, but I don't follow it. I just follow the Bible, the structure of the Bible. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you believe in all of that, that is you. That's your opinions. That's what you believe. And that's just not what I personally believe. I believe in Jesus. I believe in having a relationship with him. And I believe that true happiness and true peace comes from Jesus Christ. It doesn't come from a statue. It doesn't come from worshiping angels. It doesn't come from following false prophets. So that's all I wanted to say with that. And also, somebody was saying that I was trying to have authority over people. I have no authority. I have no authority over men or over any type of school of people. I never want to come on here and act like I know more than you, because I don't. And I never want to portray that I'm better than anybody, because I'm not. So yeah, I know my place. I don't have any authority over men. I respect my elders, my parents. I respect my pastors. I respect the people who are in charge. I'm not trying to be up here and, try and go preaching to everybody and, go be in the church. I know my place, and I like to just... This whole channel was basically for me to give my own testimony and to also help people who are going through the same struggles and trials that I am. So don't ever think that I know more or I have a secret cheat code, because I don't. We're all on this same journey together. We're all following Jesus. And yeah, I mean, I don't follow any type of religions. I'm not Catholic. I do consider myself Christian, but Christian in the way that I follow the doctrine of the Bible. So yeah, I just want to put that out there real quick for anybody that was asking. And yeah, I don't know where you guys come up with this, that she's trying to have authority over men. I know my place. I would never try and do that. That's not me. So yeah, if you guys have any more questions or any more comments or anything like that, or if you're just confused, because I know that when you don't understand something, that's where confusion comes in. And I know sometimes there's people in the comments that are just, going off. And remember, this is a safe place. This is where we're trying to help edify the church and build people up and try and build a nice community of followers and believers. So, be respectful. Be nice in the comments. Don't be, blasting people on here. That is not my intention with this channel. My intention is to lead people to Christ and to basically have people realize that there is a way to have a relationship with him. And it's more than just, you know, hearing a sermon on Sunday. It's more than just, you know, hearing about other people's testimonies. You can have that too for yourself. You can experience his miracles. You can experience his blessings and all the wonderful things. You can talk to him yourself, you know, like, I don't want anybody to think that, like, I just come on here and I say all these things. Like, the way that I talk about things, it truly is because I live my life that way. So if I'm telling you, like, hey, like, you know, I had to give up this, or I do this and I don't do that, like, I truly live my life like that. So I don't want anybody to ever think that, like, you know, I'm just a hypocrite and I'm just on here, like, trying to teach everybody things and I don't even know what I'm talking about. Like, I follow the Bible, and that's all that I believe. I believe the Bible. I believe the scriptures of the word, of the living word. So if you don't agree with something that I say, you can take it up with the Bible. You can take it up with Jesus. You can take it up with him. So yeah, that was basically everything that I wanted to say, like, just, you know, in the beginning. And yeah, if you ever have any questions, or if you ever want, like, me to clarify something, you know, just, you know, drop a comment. And yeah, like I said, we're all on this journey together. I never want anybody to think that, like, I know more than you, or that I'm trying to have authority over people. That is not my intentions by any means. But so let's get started. I wanted to talk about having balance in your life, because this is something that I definitely struggled with these last 2 weeks. So Jesus had told me, I started my fasting journey in March. So I did like a 21-day fast, and then right after that I started doing like a twice a week fast. And then now I kind of like stopped fasting for like just a short little period, because I was losing a lot of weight and I was getting really skinny. So I was like, okay, your girl has to like chill for a little bit, and then I'll get back on fasting again and doing that, because I do think that fasting is biblical. And if you want to learn about fasting, go read in your word. There's many scriptures that talk about fasting and the importance of it, and how it can grow you closer to having that relationship with God. And so yeah, so because I wasn't fasting these last like 2 weeks, he told me to do midnight prayers. So I would do from like 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. So 12, 1, 2, 3 a.m. I would just be praying, literally. And that, it started off fine. Like, it started off good, and I was like, yeah, like, I'm gonna be doing, you know, I'm gonna be a prayer warrior. I'm gonna be praying like this all the time. And I'm naturally a night owl, so like I can stay up late pretty often. But what I noticed is that, like, the first few days I was doing it and I was doing good, but then after that I noticed that I was still staying up late for the rest of the days, but I wasn't really praying as much, you know. And I think sometimes when that happens, you kind of have to catch yourself, and you have to kind of say like, hey, like, I'm doing this because, you know, God told me to do this, but am I still doing it the same way I was doing it before? Or has it kind of like lost its balance? Has it kind of lost its structure? So yeah, I was like, literally, like, by the time that I got to like day 6, day 7, I would just be staying up late just to watch TV. Or like, literally, like, it was literally like that. Like, I would just be on my phone. So the point was, staying up late was because I wanted to pray, and I was doing good in the beginning, but then towards the end I wasn't even doing that anymore. I was just staying up just to stay up late, because my sleep schedule had already gotten to that point. So it kind of created like a lack of balance in my life, because okay, now I'm not going to sleep on time, and I'm not really praying as much as I was in the beginning, and now I'm waking up late. Now my eating schedule's wrong. Now I'm like, you know, it kind of creates like a lack of balance. And I think anytime that you're going to do something for God, you want to make sure that you maintain that balance and that structure in your life, so that way you don't go off the rails, you know. Because you see all these people, like, you see them all the time in church. they start off good, they get baptized, they're doing the will of God, and then 2-3 years later, they're back in the world and they're back to doing their old same worldly habits. And it happens, like, it happens to a lot of people that they backslide. And we don't want to condemn those people, but I think we know why it happens, because there's no structure, there's no balance in their life. And like for me, I literally got sick. So like my health wasn't even doing good, if you want to say that. Like I literally got sick. So for me, that's like, okay, now my sleep schedule is failing, my eating schedule's failing, my work schedule's failing, and now I just got sick, so my health is failing. And I was like, dang, God, like I have to remember sometimes that, like, when you're on this journey, it's not easy, and it's a lot of self-discipline. And I think sometimes, there is grace where if you mess up, get back up, do it again. And for me, this week, that's what I was doing. I was like, I was failing. I caught myself when I wasn't doing the will of God. And then I was like, okay, let me get back up. Let me get back to where I was before. And I know there's so many Bible verses. I can't really think about it right now, but that say, just go back to what you did before. Like in the beginning, like go return back to your first love. And we know that our first love is Jesus. He's our first love. So creating balance for me means that I need to keep love at the forefront. So what do I love? I love Jesus. I love following him. And my spiritual life was good, but it got contaminated because I was starting to be lazy. And I'm not gonna lie, I was being lazy. Like I could have been praying all those hours and stuff like that, but I didn't want to. And it's because of that lack of discipline. We have this lack of discipline, and then we think, well, everybody else is not really doing it, so why do I have to? And it's that mindset that we're trying to conform to the world. And remember, we're not of this world. We're supposed to be the salt of this earth. We're supposed to be the light of this world. We are supposed to be set apart. We are supposed to be different. And we are supposed to be an example. So I always have to remind myself that all the time. Like, you are the example. So if you aren't influencing people, if you aren't the influence, then you are being influenced by other people. And, even just go look at your friends, go look at your family. Are you being influenced by them, or are you influencing them? So who is the influencer? And there's a Bible verse, it's in Proverbs, it's 16:11. It says, a just balance and scales are the Lord's. All the weights in the bag are his works. So what does that mean? That means that balance, it belongs to the Lord. So the Lord is the one who creates the balance, So for me, I was really praying like this last 2 days, and I was just like, God, like, help me have balance. Help me have balance in my life. Help me have just structure in my life. Because once we stop having that, everything kind of falls downhill. And I know, like, you may still have that desire to follow God, but if you lack structure in your life, it's not going to be the same as it was before. So this is the prayer that I asked God. I said, God, allow me to know when to quit, when to rest, and when to keep going. Because life is not linear, and we know that there are ups and downs. And it is not good to be running on empty batteries. So therefore, Lord Jesus, help me create balance and standards, and always to remember to keep love at the forefront of everything that I do. In Jesus' name, amen. So yeah, that was the prayer that I was asking him, and I was telling him, I'm like, okay, I want to live my life for God, but I also have other things that I have to do too. You know, I have to make sure that my house is clean. I have to make sure that I'm working out, that I'm taking care of my health. I have to make sure that, you know, my work life is still good. So there's other things. God knows that you have responsibilities. He knows that you have things that you have to take care of. But asking him to make sure that you have that balance in your life. Because if you put something else before him, that quickly turns into idolatry. So what is idolatry? Idolatry is putting anything else before God. So that could even be like I said, like your job. Like if you care more about your job than you do about God, that is idolatry. So making sure that, you know, God is number one, you know, he's up there, and then everything else that comes after that should be to help yourself, you know, protect your temple, making sure you're eating right, making sure that you are working out, you know, making sure that you protect your body, but also that you are out there trying to help others too as well. So yeah, that was the little message for today. I pray that you receive that message. And like I said, if you are lacking structure in your life, you just need a little bit more help, you need balance, you know, I understand, I need balance too. But making sure that we're not going off the rails, that is really just what I want to implement in everybody's life right now. Like if you're listening to this and you feel like you're lacking balance in your life, you feel like you're lacking structure in your life, I encourage you, go read your word some more, go spend some more time with God. Because when you are spending time with him, and like I said, it's that relationship that you create with him, that you form with him, you start to create a balance in your life. So yeah, I pray you receive that message, and shalom. Bye.